to accredit the programs. So here actually comes the requirement side. But as you all of know, the outcome-based education is a new concept in Bangladesh, not very common until 2017, when we launched our first manual for accreditation that emphasized the requirement for OBE. So from then we are observing and absorbing the essences of outcome-based education in the engineering education sector in Bangladesh. And of course, our apex body for the government of Bangladesh, the UGC, is also recognizing the same thing in the same pace. So altogether, we are working towards the requirement side. But now let's see about the delivery side. Actually, a requiring body should not always impose the requirement. So Board of Accreditation for Engineering and Technical Education, BAT, is also working on the delivery side to make this transition from the input-based education system to the outcome-based education system for the engineering sector a smoother one. So we are holding a number of on-site and off-site symposiums, seminars, conferences, and also experience sharing sessions for the programs over the last 5 years. So Assam University of Engineering Technology boasts to have a few programs that already got accreditation from BAT through the manuals. At this moment, we have our version 2 manual in force, and version 3 manual is now under preparation, which will be circulated in a realistic time very soon. So it comes why we need outcome-based education in Bangladesh. In short, I must say that we have a vision to become a developed country by 2041, as our Honorable Prime Minister has already declared, and our per capita income is gradually increasing because of these development activities. But to make these development activities sustainable and to make it at par with the SDG goals of the United Nations, we need to improve our quality of engineering education, which is the number 4, the SDG goal. So in that way, we must have to have our engineering education system as per the international quality and as per the need of the meeting the need of the society. That's the main point we have to address. So that's why we need to switch to outcome-based education system. And here the question comes for the dynamism. I hope this symposium and some more symposiums to come in future will help to make our systems dynamics a better one and better tuned to the need of the country. And I must thank Professor Saifur from America, who is joining us. And basically, he is our proud alumni of Bangladesh. And he already joined us here to address the call of this country. He is really going to hold an important responsibility for the mankind, but he is also holding an important responsibility for his motherland. I hope we'll have his great speeches and great guidances in the coming days and coming years so that our transition becomes smoother. Because Washington Accord, as it is coined from the term Washington, but it's actually Abbott. Abbott switched to outcome-based education a few decades ago. So you see, we are quite far behind. So our friends and expatriates all over the world is basically helping us for this transition to happen in Bangladesh to make it smoother, because engineers are the engines of the country and we need to fly an airplane. So we need to fly an airplane within the runway, and our runway length is not so long. we have to fly within a smooth takeoff length of runway with jet engine. So engineers will be that jet engine. Propellers will not do. So our engineers should have enough thrust to give to our economy so that our economy takes off properly as we vision, so that we can achieve our future goal. Thank you very much. And in that way, I must congratulate once again all the organizers to bring the different stakeholders under one umbrella so that we can move forward. Thank you very much. And thank you all. And it's a very happy occasion will be coming in the coming days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your inciting speech. Next, I would like to request Professor Saifur Rahman, the President-elect of IEEE, to deliver his speech.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good morning to you, I guess. This is my pleasure, but many reasons. One is my close friend, Dr. Fazil Lahi, was my classmate at BOET many years ago. So when he said to me, are you willing to do this? I said, I cannot say no to you. I will be there and welcome the audience to this event here. 2-3 things come to my mind as I listen to all of you and see the program. First of all, AUST is very strong. I knew Professor M.H. Khan from my old days at BOET many, many years ago. He had a vision, he put it to reality, number one. Number two, AUST, Assam University of Science and Technology, is taking a leadership role in making Washington Accord a living document in Bangladesh and other countries who are represented here, meaning you can show what does OBE mean, right? And what is the value of OBE to industry. We as engineers, even in the US, 90% of our students go to work in industry, 90%. Maybe 10% or less go to grad school. So this is a big flow. So what does industry want? Industry want to know the skill set the students get at the university is useful to them right away. So that's the outcome-based education. We go through ABET at Virginia Tech every 6 years, A very detailed analysis goes on. We have to show homework, exams, the ABET visitors go to classrooms, interview professors, a lot of things. And the ABET team is 3 people typically, 2 from industry, 1 from academia, typically. So that's number 2. Number 3, I can see the number of people who have registered for this, not only the number, their breadth. They're coming from academia, industry, Malaysia, Brunei, and other countries as well. So it is an extensive piece of organizational work that you have put together to bring them here. I would hope that the product of these presentations that will be done for next 2 days will be available in a compact form, maybe on your website. So other universities in Bangladesh and other countries can benefit from it. I go to India quite often. India has about 1,000 plus universities giving degrees in engineering. If you go to Hyderabad area, a few hundred are there. So I talk to many industry leaders in India about them recruiting these engineers, and they have this concern that yes, we recruit them, they got a degree from this private school, but you're not sure what they've learned. This is a very important distinction. They don't know what they've learned. So they have to train them on the job. By offering this outcome-based education example and how you, AUST and other universities in Bangladesh, some are working on that already, can tell the prospective employers, we know our students who graduate from these universities, or AUST in this case, if it's a EE, mechanical, civil, whatever, they know this level because this is how we teach. Our curriculum, our textbooks, our teaching style, all are targeting that outcome. Very important. So I hope, in addition to this two-day seminar, the lecturers, professors at AUST and other Bangladesh universities and Malaysian universities will understand what does OBE mean. And in the classroom, the idea of preparing a product, engineering is a product. The product has some standards, right? If you produce a electric motor, it has some standards. So OBE is the standard under which we educate, train, and make the student a working person. So my message is not to the organizer, more to the lecturers and professors and teachers at these universities who will have the responsibility to make sure the students, the graduate, have been given the skill set, not just formulas and transfer functions, skill set to apply their knowledge in the real world. And finally, I have seen in Germany, Portugal, some other countries in Africa, parts of India, and some universities, they require students to do internship during their 4 or 5 year curriculum. So they're required to go to academia and do some work. So in the US, it's not required, but many students do 1 summer, 2 summers internship at companies, which does 2 things for them. They learn how company functions, and companies have a chance to try out these young people for their future prospective employment. So it works both ways. So maybe part of your curriculum development, program development at AUST and other universities in Bangladesh, you can consider that opportunity. The problem in Bangladesh is, I'm very frank, I'm from Bangladesh, I can say this. Problem is there's not enough industry to absorb these many students. So that is a challenge we have to deal with somehow going forward. So I've said enough. I hope things go well for you. I'm looking forward to visiting you on December 12th, and we will see many of you face to face, inshallah. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Prof. Thank you very much for your inciting speech. Now I would like to request Professor Muhammad Fazli, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Ahsanullah University of Science and Technology, to deliver his welcome speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, good evening, and assalamu alaikum to everybody. It is a great pleasure on my part to be present at the inaugural ceremony of this international symposium on OBE. We are grateful to the Institutional Quality Assurance Cell of Ahsanullah University of Science and Technology, our chief guest, Honorable Professor Saifur Rahman, the President-elect of IEEE, as well as Loring, the Professor of Virginia Tech University, and he was the founder, director of the Advanced Research Center there, the organizing committee members, as well as one of our honorable guest, Professor Saiful Amin, who is now the chairman of the Board of Accreditation of Engineering and Technical Education of Bangladesh, and working very hard for getting the status of full signatory member of the Washington Accord. All the panel members, the presenters, the participants from different countries of the world. We are very grateful to all of you, those who also registered. In a few decades back, one term, the global village, was coined because it was felt the importance of having cooperation internationally in the field of trading, producing the products, the consumer products, and selling them or using them. The importance is also felt in the education sector. Previously, there are many heterogeneous systems. Even within Europe, there had been different types of assessment, different names of the degrees. Even for the case of the PhD degree, there are different nomenclatures. But that was not very conducive for international cooperation, because we need the engineers who are graduating from one country to work in a different country. Some countries, they want to develop further, but they need engineers, but the number of graduates coming out of the universities in that country is not enough. Similar was the case for Australia. Maybe Professor Firoz Alam can substantiate that. They used to recruit engineers from other countries as well. So we need some standardization, acceptability, and recognition. So the few organizations who started the accreditation process, they helped a lot in standardizing the education internationally. OUST is also committed to have international recognition by improving its own curricula and then obeying the guidance of the different regulating agencies like the UGC, Board of Accreditation Council, and most importantly, the BITE. We have got all the programs accredited by BITE, but we need to improve further because the system of accreditation is now changing. It is becoming updated. Now we have got the OBE system. This OBE is very important for all the people around the world, and that has been recognized by as we see, the number of members is increasing, or the number of people aspiring to become members is also increasing. The assessment of the teaching and learning environment, the technique is being updated. And also recently we have seen the SDG, the different goals set by the United Nations. And we have got one very important item there, the quality education. To have quality education in all the countries of the world, it is necessary to have a accreditation process within that university. So the Washington Accord regulations and the guidelines are helping all of them. So the Washington Accord gives a forum for interacting between the universities, between the countries, and to improve the assessment technique further after discussion, after implementation, and getting feedback. As the continuous quality improvement is a part of the assessment procedure. And Ahsanullah University is also committed to that because we need to improve our quality continuously after getting the feedback. So almost all the bodies in different countries accept that the OBE system is one of the best systems to improve and to have the quality education. And that is also a part of the SDG goal. And we hope by having this symposium, we can improve further by knowing what other countries, other institutions are doing. This is the main objective of this symposium. As we see, we have got presenters from different parts of the world, from Europe, Asia, USA, and within Asia, we have got many countries as well. So we are very grateful to all those people who have participated today and will be participating tomorrow, and their knowledge, their experience, their skill will be shared by all others. So again, thanking everybody, I'd like to end here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your speech. With this speech, we end this session. But before we close, I would like to request all the participants together to have a group photo. So please, can you switch on your cameras for this group photo? One more minute, please. Thank you very much, everyone. So this is the end of our inaugural session. Our next session, the first session of this first OBE symposium, is starting in about 20 minutes. That's 11 a.m. in Bangladesh. So we will then continue, inshallah, at that time with our first session in this first OBE symposium. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.